It was our occupational therapist who said, you need to wake up, your son has autism.
We're waiting for our plane to go the rest of the way. We are on our way to the San Diego Defeat Autism Now conference, which is a biomedical conference to share knowledge with both patients, parents, and scientists regarding the most up-to-date biomedical interventions in autism.
We all arrive on this planet with different attributes, different skills, different deficits. And their biochemical expression will leave different children in their autism with different sensitivities. Almost everyone here, I'm sure, has had a sunburn before, and there's something about a sunburn where no matter how many times you tell someone that you have a sunburn, they manage to slap you on the back, even though they've never slapped you on your back in your entire time you've known them. And it's much the same for our children. They have a level of intense sensitivity, like a sunburn, where the smallest influence can send them reeling.
This is Owen Ludinig, and he's 6 years old. Yeah. One of Owen's biggest issues is his conversational skills. He doesn't have, couldn't have more than one or two exchanges.
It's my wife, Brandy, and my daughter, Ryan.
She got diagnosed at 3.5, but we knew just after her 3rd birthday. She spoke in 2- and 3-word sentences. She tantrumed all the time. If you said the sky was blue, she would say it was green. Non-compliant, completely non-compliant. Would not sit in a circle.
Eye contact wasn't there. Put her in circle time, would be like you lit her on fire. She'd be screaming and having tantrums.
The problems that you see on a day-to-day basis become really intense. And that derailment may be the result of an intense vaccination schedule. It may be the result of exposure to heavy metal toxins. It may be the overexposure to antibiotics or recurrent infections. But there's something in the environment that is triggering this cascade. Sometimes there is a specific intervention which may produce dramatic change, but it's not always the same change and the same influence for each child, and that's a crucial piece to remember.
Our 4-year-old was diagnosed with severe autism. He was diagnosed at 2, and then we started the biomedical approach a year later when he was 3. When we started hyperbaric chambers, one of the things that we saw was we felt like he was more a part of our world. He wanted to be around us more, not just in his own little world that he had created. So he seeked us out a lot more to be with him.
Certain things were very obvious that they worked, like giving the B12 injections or the methylcobalamin injections. That was very immediate. So we gave his first injection in the evening, and suddenly the next day he was more talkative.
The reality that you've been offered is that your kid's never going to get better, and that your life is going to look like it looks today.
One thing that we saw with chelation that we were really excited about, this is probably the biggest thing we've seen, was he tried food, and that has been our hugest struggle. I was the happiest person in the world.
Sometimes a single intervention can produce dramatic, specific improvement. Sometimes that may be language, sometimes it may be motor function, sometimes it can be cognition. There's a beautiful thing about the grassroots communication that happens, and we wouldn't be where we are without the interconnectedness through the internet and through your relationships with the level of communication about what works and what doesn't. But don't Don't get hypnotized into believing that just because it worked for someone else, it will work for you, or just because it didn't work for someone else, it won't work for you.
Well, I definitely would recommend biomedical. I think that is key in any diagnosis of autism. Actually, I think biomedical is key with any child. If we look back a year ago, we can see some major improvements.
I mean, the last couple of weeks at school, almost every time the teachers have said this was his best day.
The power of the mind, if you can't see it, is it real? There were Indians looking at the Nina the Pinta and the Santa Maria, and they thought they were clouds because they'd never seen a boat before like that. So if you can't see it, then it can't be real. If you can't imagine it, then it won't be real. Your child's not going to recover by accident. That much I'm sure you know.
You don't hear that from doctors. You don't hear having faith, and that really impacted me that day because I thought, okay, that's what we're doing, is we're picturing him recovering. I picture him graduating from high school. I picture him getting married. I picture him fulfilling any dream that he has. And I know that with faith and determination that can happen someday.
You need intuition, you need intention, and you need grit. And sometimes it's not about finding the right pill, it's about finding the strength. And even if you have the right pill, you're going to need the strength.
There's no price you can put on that your child will be a functional, hopefully independent human being someday. And I'm not going to sit in a rocking chair in my old age and say, I wonder, did I do everything I could? I know I've done everything I could. I can't even remember the last time she had a tantrum. It's amazing.
She's a normal kid.
Yeah.
I get letters after these conferences letting me know the difference that I made. It really is a powerful and beautiful thing that I get to do.
Jonathan wrote me a card and gave it to me. And it said, "Dear Dr. Levinson, thank you for helping me be a happier and healthier kid. Sincerely, Jonathan." Listen, it's sometimes not the one therapy. It's sometimes all the therapies. And it doesn't always look like this. I know that. But it's about maintaining your movement forward so that you can get there.
Ryan, can you spell your name?
R-Y-A-N.
There you go.